I want to start with the Major League Baseball playoffs, if that's okay, even though it's Monday Night Football, because I think it's the postseason, and these are great games. And well, one of them's not exactly a day game, but it is an early evening game on the East Coast, a 6:07 start with the Phillies and the Braves in this one. And right now, I'm showing the Braves. I'm going to refresh it here, but feels like the price is a little high. Is what it feels like with Braves $1.50 here and the total 8/15. It could be a pick at some places. I think if it's anything, it's 8, maybe shaded just to the over right now as far as favoritism on the total is concerned. Let me think back all the way to Saturday since they didn't play yesterday. Oh, yeah, it was the Phillies that won game one. We know that. But a day of rest for the Phillies or the Braves, who needed it more? The Phillies, Zach Wheeler's 3-0 with a 3.04 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Phillies are 20-13 with Zach Wheeler going. Pretty good profit, but he's also favored in quite a bit. Not, I would say actually not just barely a profitable pitcher actually, but 9-7 on the road, where he was actually a little bit of a losing proposition. Still, Phillies have won 11 of their last 14 games coming into this one now, and we're pretty good. 500 team on the road basically so far this season. A couple games over 500. The Braves, they're 7-4 in their last 11, coming in here with Max Fried, and that's where the issue lies for me is Max Fried. He's had some blister discomfort coming in. It's the worst thing you could have other than a real injury. I want to say it's not. It is an injury to a certain extent. It could be a big issue. Now, here's the thing: Fried has been on. He's been fine. Just has a problem with a blister. It's not a good thing to have right now. So just some issues recently there. But Fried 4-0 with a 2.1 ERA in his last 5 starts. The Braves have won 11 of his last 14 starts, but mostly those have been all on the road. All of them really on the road. I think he won like 9 straight decisions on the road. Didn't win them, but won some of them. But the Braves won 9 straight, I believe, of his decisions on the road. Anyways, he's actually lost 3 of his last 5 decisions at home. So that's where those 3 losses came from. Braves have gone over in 4 of 5 Fried starts, and they've also gone over in 12 of their last 17 games. So that's just a little bit where my concern is going to be a little bit in Max Fried and maybe a little bit of this head-to-head matchup. I'll tell you in just a moment, but let's get some comments here from the chat. Blake saying, big winner yesterday at the business. Hope, hey, there better be a party. There better be a lunch at least today. Better be ordering lunch in at work. Is what it feels like, boss. All right. What did Ray say? Hello to Ray. Hello to Darren as well. Ray's here with a pick. He says go over in this one. Okay. Well, both these pitchers, like I said, have been strong, but Braves definitely trending to the over of late. That's undoubted. That's no doubt. Hello to Doubles as well today. So the Phillies, the Braves have been trending more under. They are under in 3 of 4 Wheeler starts. Have the Phillies, and under 3, 6, and 1 to the under in their last 10 games. So a little bit of Braves have been going over, but the Phillies have been going under, and that's been the case. I mean, Braves at home this season, 48-32 to the over. Do want to note the Braves 86-57 to the over as a favorite. So that's pretty strong. I would say that's almost. I mean, we know how many times they were favored. I mean, that's basically what 143 games. Hey, I want to say hello to. Oh, this is going to be tough. Well, I'll say hello to Goodnight Munchie. That's a lot easier. He's got a 3-team parlay today, and I'm going to talk about the basketball games. And Munchie and I are not on the same page. So take a look though at Munchie there with the picks. I don't care if I agree or disagree, Munchie. I thank you very much for coming in. And oh, there we go. Oh, that feels better. Coming in. But one thing I have is a chair that constantly will go lower as the day goes along, as the show goes along. Nitin Sinigaretti, and very nice to have you here. Nerfy here for the Braves game, says Nitin Sinigaretti. Hope I got that one right. And maybe it means something else, and I can just call you something else. But I'll call you whatever you want. Obviously, that's your handle, so I'm going to call you that. Anyways, let me take a look here if we can. I didn't look too much at the Nerfy, but I can look at the top of the lineup here, I think, here and see. Hello to Gary as well. Hello to Ferner today. Well, let's see here. Against Max Fried, you've got Schwarber. Not good numbers for Schwarber. 3 hits and 27 plate appearances, 10 strikeouts. Turner's had good success against Fried with 14 hits, 39 plate appearances. JT Realmuto has 3 home runs in 43 plate appearances against Fried. Harper, real decent numbers here, 7 hits, 24 plate appearances, a couple of home runs. And Bohm is 5 hits in 24 plate appearances. Nick Castellanos has been very strong against Zach Wheeler. Against Max Fried. 8 hits in 13 plate appearances. For some of the Braves, they have some okay numbers here against Wheeler. Acuna, 4 home runs in 48 plate appearances. Ozzie Albies just 7 hits and 46 plate appearances. And Austin Riley, 11 hits and 42 plate appearances. Marcelo Zuna, 9 hits and 49 plate appearances with 17 strikeouts. So maybe that'll help out a little bit. And Darren said, that's good enough for me. He'll bet the Nerfy. Hello to Who Banging here today, DJ, Big Boss. Nice to see you. It's going to be a good week in college football this week. I think I'm already on some good plays, and I get scared on the, I don't want these live. I was going to come on and recommend a play here. I think I'm going to look at 4 or 5 games from the early slate on Saturday. And just when I was about to hit the air, some steam definitely moved one of my lines. And it was like a pretty ugly underdog that I kind of wanted to give out on the air. And I thought I don't know if I'm sneaky, but I am obviously. I must be on a kind of a sharp side because I think it's a team that is not going to get a lot of public support this week as a big home dog. But we'll talk a few college games. All right. Did I give out I'm going. I have to be on the Phillies here in this one. If Fried has a little bit of issue here in this one, so I'll just take it though. The price. I mean, look, we're getting at least $1.25 here with Philadelphia, and that's probably going to be good enough for me. And if I'm going to think there might be some runs scored in this game, maybe there'll be some variance here that maybe I can. Take the underdog here and see if the Phillies can grab a 2-0 lead. They're starting to feel a little bit too public doggish a little bit. It seems like a lot of people are kind of moving toward the Phillies a little bit, maybe after that first game. And But it's not like you have a discount here with the Braves or anything, right? This is a Major League Baseball playoff game. There does not feel like to me a team should be most any team at this point $1.50 in a regular season baseball game, right? Does not feel like a very fair price. Um, whether or not that's just what the bookmakers want to do, whether they're balancing their action or not, does not feel like a favorite I want to be on. Just to make that clear, it's a baseball game. Braves could win, obviously, here with their great lineup, their great team, and you only get one shot to bet it. But I don't want to take the Braves here. I'll take the Phillies as my play in this one. All right, and we got another one where it doesn't even if it's the Dodgers, it just doesn't feel right, does it? I certainly don't have the better pitcher here with Bobby Miller over Zach Gallen. Now, Bobby Miller has been kind of maybe one of the underrated pitchers of the dot. Right? He doesn't have the big name. He's just been good. He's just been good numbers this year. And Zach Gallen, we know, he is the ace of the Diamondbacks. And Miller, we didn't even know who was going to pitch this game, and it is Miller even gonna? Maybe he'll get an opener. I don't know, but here's Bobby Miller. He deserves it. I mean, he's been fine. There's no reason why he can't be a frontline starter in the playoffs, given his season. Now, we didn't know that Bobby Miller was going to be as good as he was, right? And that's just part of the Dodger development. That's why all these pitchers come up and are fine pitchers. Miller has a 2.12 ERA in his last 3 starts. And, like I said, the Dodgers, they were in a situation where they didn't need it. They didn't need those wins really as late. They were locked in for quite a while, pretty much. He has a 1-0 record with a 3 ERA in 2 starts against Arizona. The Dodgers are 15-7 with Bobby Miller as a starter this season. The Diamondbacks are 20-15 with Zach Gallen. Is that right? Yeah, okay. That had to be. I don't know if there was did Gallen make the most starts of any major league? I saw 35 and I was like, man, I don't think anybody even had 34. Yeah, I guess there were some 34, but 35 starts. So Gallen, durability here, no doubt. Gallen just 8-11. The Diamondbacks on the road with Gallen, despite that record. He's got a 1-4 record with a 3.48 ERA in 11 starts against the Dodgers in his career. The Diamondbacks, we know they're looking great with this 3-0 record. Gallen allowed 2 runs in 6-inning pitch in this playoff start. That was his first. Arizona, 22 runs in the 3 games so far, so they are clicking offensively for the Dodgers. Of course, they had time off, so they got to rest a little bit. Good thing they had 5 relievers pitch on Saturday, 8 2/3 innings, basically the whole game, because of what we said about Kershaw. And let's hope that, let's not look ahead here. The Dodgers have to win this game, but it doesn't feel right that, Kershaw doesn't feel like you want him in there, right? We talked about before the game that there could be a problem. Now the Dodgers situation's a little bit sketchy here. Talking Murphy here, possibly. For Singaretti. Singaretti. I like saying that. Steam rolled in here a little bit on the under, and that's driven this total lower. I better update it, actually, because it's pretty much 8. It's an 8 everywhere right now, which I don't know. That sounds pretty okay, but I don't know which way you guys are going. So, and that price is pretty right as far as I'm showing a little bit higher at a couple spots actually on the Dodgers at this point. So I'm going to take Arizona. I know I've talked about every show I love to bet the Dodgers, but I just can't do it at this price in a playoff game. With I've got Gallon. I understand the road woes of Gallon. They were eight. I think I said it 8-11 with Gallon on the road. But I gotta like the way the offense has performed. Yeah, the offense can be up and down. And Bobby Miller, what will happen here in his first ever playoff start? I kind of trust Dodger pitchers a little bit, but well, a lot. But I feel like I've got the more established pitcher with Gallon anyway. So I don't mind what you're saying. Look, these are the Dodgers. They're down 1-0. And well, like I said, I was looking for an underdog to get on, so we're kind of on Arizona to win it all a little bit. Maybe we didn't even get the best price, but I just wanted to roll with the longest shot on the board, Major League, in the playoffs. Because why not? This is baseball, and getting $1.30 here or whatever. I'm going to be on Arizona here in this one. You look at some of the matchups. I tell you, there's really some interesting numbers here for some of the Dodgers against Gallon. Will Smith hit him well, but Max Muncy just 4 hits and 27 plate appearances. Freddie Freeman 3 hits and 15 plate appearances. So Mookie 5 hits and 21 plate appearances. And some of the Diamondbacks haven't had too much success here against Bobby Miller. Of course, his sample size is going to be a little bit smaller, but Corbin Carroll, Kettle Marte, no hits yet against Miller, and a handful of at-bats. And nobody's really touched him up too much. Alec Thomas has a couple of hits. But I'm taking Arizona here in this one. I can't pass up on a price like this. Playoff game. Hello to Mark Roper. Pleasure to have you here. Just feels like it's a playoff game. I mean, it's not like you're Dodgers are great. I get that. Give me Arizona today.